Alright, you guys already know this. I really like Mythra, right? She's my all-time favorite character in all of media, and she's from my favorite video game ever that's never going to be topped. But that raises the question, why? I get that question pretty often. Today, I'll finally be answering it on Xenoblade 2's 8th anniversary. This whole video is just a little passion project of mine in which I spent, a good amount of time, let's just say that, getting all this together, but in the end, I think it was definitely worth it. I had a great time making this video, and it just feels great to finally put all my thoughts together into this video. To be honest, I really don't care in the slightest how this video performs or what people think of it. Everything I say in this video is how I feel about her in the game. Like, I really don't need anyone else to understand my reasonings except for me. I'm my own person, and I will like Mythra and Xenoblade 2 as a whole regardless of what anyone else says, and if you like something as well, just don't let other people ruin what you like. That's just important. Just do what makes you happy. Before we get any further, though, let me just at least mention how I decided to organize this video. I mean, there's already YouTube chapters for you guys to see, but that's besides the point. Anyway, so I first want to go over a story and, like, pretty much my interpretation of it and, like, what it means to me. Then I want to go over why I like her exactly, and in order to really get the full picture of it, I need to explain her story, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And finally, I'm gonna end it off with some silly Mythra things just to put a cherry on top of it, why I like her so much. I find her story and who she is just truly amazing, and I hope this video showcases some of my feelings. Like, I legitimately started to tear up while writing some of these points I'm covering in the video. And, like, it's almost like I was experiencing Mythra's story again, and Xenoblade 2 as a whole just once again for the first time ever, even though I regularly play the game still. This should be pretty obvious, but let's just mention anyways. There will be spoilers during this video, right? I repeat, there will be spoilers, so if you have not played the game, what the fuck are you doing here? You should click out of this video now. Trust me, like, experiencing the game firsthand and experiencing things, like, on your own, it just makes the experience so much better. So, like, genuinely, like, click out of the video if you haven't played the game yet. With all that said and out of the way, let's finally go take a look at who Mythra really is. Mythra is an Aegis! I know, thank you everyone. Alright, now I'm just fucking kidding. Yeah, she's kind of an asshole, but not. Almost like a certain other word that some people used to associate with her, like a tsundere. Ooh, spooky tsundere. Typically, I don't actually like tsunderes in the slightest, but Mythra is a special case, and there is reasoning and purpose behind her actions, and that's exactly what I'm here to tell you all about. Who she is and her amazing story. She was first awakened by Adam with the pure goal of just defeating Malus, like not living comfortably or making friends or anything like that, just defeating Malus. She had no interest in the world or its people, like she just simply followed Adam around just because he was her driver. On their little adventures, Mythra got to experience more of the world, meeting new people and learning more human traits, as she never really had any form of interaction before. Like, she needed some experience, and it was very easy to tell she was lacking in it.
You can join in, you know.
What's that?
You don't need to ostracize yourself for being an Aegis.
Adam telling Mythra it's okay to join in is just super important. As you can tell, she's just isolating herself, as she feels like she's a weapon for destruction and just not a person at all. Like, that's her only purpose, just destruction. Many people view Pyra as the nice one and Mythra as the mean one, and like, yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of true to an extent, but like, I fucking hate that analogy so much. Mythra was always nice. She always wanted to be nice. The problem was she just didn't know how to, and she definitely didn't know how to express herself either. She would often say just some, like, out-of-pocket lines without any respect to anyone, really.
Whoever did this clearly had no compassion or respect for the people they killed.
Well, whether it was Malos or someone else, either way. Clearly, they're all toast.
Mythra.
I mean, like, yeah, that's extremely mean, but, like, she just doesn't know what else to say or how to act in that situation. She's yet to experience something like that. Like, you really, like, you just can't blame her, really. Like, that's like asking you to take a test on something that no one taught you. Like, no shit, you're gonna be bad at it. What matters most, though, is that she's trying, and you can see it through many scenes and side quests in the game, like in Torna whenever she wanted to bury the last human's grave in Torgal.
Should we maybe bury him, too?
Huh? Yes, let's.
And the scene where she's just watching the children have fun, and it just makes her happy to see it, really. Also, in the main story side quest where you had to find the little boy's sister, Mythra was pretty much leading the entire situation right there. There's even a post-battle quote of Mythra and Laura.
Say, Laura, what do you do when the going gets tough?
Well, I suppose I start thinking about the people dearest to me.
Loved ones, huh? A solid plan.
Right. After that, it's hard not to end up grinning like an idiot.
There are other scenarios throughout the game as well, but to me, these were just the most notable ones that really stood out to me, and it really shows that she is trying to help and learn and be nice to others, but she's just horrible at expressing herself. Adam's basically, like, at a loss of words for what he's seeing Mythra suggest. Like, I actually 100% know he is, like, during the side quest. See that? He's fucking shocked. He doesn't fucking know what's happening. Anyways, just seeing Mythra suggest these type of things 100% made Adam super happy, as all he really wants to see is the best for her as well. Even Laura knows Mythra cares deep down inside, and she's just bad at expressing herself. The scene where her and Adam just talk one-on-one together is exactly what Adam needed, as he's probably super stressed out about Mythra and her power. Again, it was clear Mythra was trying, and it was mainly Adam and the entire rest of the Torna party as well that taught her all the experiences she needed. Through lots of bullying, though, but kind of 100% deserved. But, like, jokes aside, like, it was clear that everyone there wanted the best for her. Jumping ahead to the end of Torna, she most definitely learned a lot of new stuff, and she even feels attached to those around her. Like, her adventures with Adam really started to change who she was. Sadly, though, yeah, I mean, we all know what happens next.
The town! This can't be real.
Milton!
Yeah. It was because of her love for everyone else around her and all that she cared about that she just completely broke down. Like, her heart was just broken and taken over by just nothing but anger. I mean, just take a look at her and tell me that's not powerful. Exactly. Her eyes just send chills down my spine with how powerful they are. It's almost like all the life was just sucked out of her because of Malice. Her eyes just show pure hatred, anger, pain, emptiness, and it's completely justified. She only felt like this because she started to care about the world and everyone around her. What I found the most touching was even with her losing control of herself, she still managed to barely let out just a few more words with the last bit of humanity she still had within herself on how she wanted to save everyone.
I just want to save.
After Torna falls and Mythra finally sees the damage she caused, along with Milton dying because of her, it all sinks into her now. Just the immense guilt she has leading her to create Pyra right then and there.
No.
She's afraid of herself and the power she wields and quite literally hated herself entirely. She felt the world would be better off without her. Like, she even gave Pyra all the qualities she wished she had, like being friendly, caring, calm, apologetic, being a good cook, and even made her good at sleeping, just to name a few. Mythra is reckless, confident, headstrong, independent, bratty, not afraid to speak her mind, has a short temper, bad at sleeping, and you guessed it, not good at cooking, although I wouldn't mind having it, though. From what I'm listening, it sounds like she's just the absolute worst character ever with barely any positive traits about her, but it's just not true. Why do you think she gave Pyra all those good traits? Oh wow, it's because she's actually nice and she's just terrible at expressing herself and a little to no time to learn who she could really become. She's basically an incomplete version of herself by the end of Torna, and she finally reaches a version of herself that she's proud of by the end of Chapter 7 in the base game, but we'll go over that a bit later. For now, though, Pyra is basically just Mythra's coping mechanism. Like, she would always switch to Pyra when she's, like, uncomfortable or felt guilty in a situation, and it's just a reoccurring theme in the base game as well. One very clear example of this is in Chapter 6 when you lose to Jin. Like, she switches right over to Pyra. In Chapter 9, Amalthus hits her, but guess what? She ends up staying as Mythra to protect Jin this time. She doesn't switch to Pyra. If that's her old self, she's 100% switching to Pyra, like, no questions asked. There are many instances from Chapter 8 to 10, like, where her old self would probably just switch to Pyra, but by this point, she's not afraid of herself, and she takes her problems head-on. Moving on to the base game when she first awakens, the most obvious difference is she's a little bit more mature and calculated because of her guilt and trauma from Torna. She most definitely does not want that to happen again, and by this point, unless you played Torna first, you shouldn't know a thing about Mythra, really, and neither does Rex. He knows nothing of that time or what an Aegis even is.
Pyra destroyed the world. Don't be so stupid.
Your first impressions of her will most likely be she's an absolute bitch and you just can't wait to get Pyra back, and that was definitely mine at least when I first saw Mythra. However, by the point you see that scene, you really have no idea who Mythra is in the slightest and all that she went through. Looking at her story as a whole, it totally makes sense why she acted like that and why she was upset about coming back. She even said it herself.
Why did you wake me up?
Huh? What?
I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to come back. I left everything to her so I'd never have to use that power again. But then you woke me up.
Woke you up?
If you hadn't been so useless, none of this would have happened. I wouldn't have had to use this power.
By this point, her and Pyra's main goal was to make it to Elysium to ask the Architect to kill them anyways. Couldn't they have just let Malos kill them right then and there? No. Mythra broke her seal to protect Rex. She still cares and she's still really nice. She didn't want anyone else to be caught in the crossfire. Even though she helped, she's still pissed off that she had to come back in the first place, though. Don't get that part confused. What I like the most, though, is whenever Mythra and Rex were arguing, Rex just says the perfect words to her.
You
really messed up.
You don't have to tell me that. I know, alright. I knew I was being an idiot.
Rex.
But I couldn't hand you over to them. I wanted to keep you safe.
What?
What made Rex saying how he wanted to keep Mythra safe so important is those are the exact words she needed to hear the most. Rex saw a girl that needed help and kindness, and that's exactly what he did for her. He wasn't scared of her power either. The power of the Aegis was only history to him. Adam experienced both Aegis' powers firsthand. He was terrified to be Mythra's driver. The cherry on top to this scene is right after Rex tells Mythra how he wanted to keep her safe, she switches right over to Pyra because of how uncomfortable she was. Nobody ever treated her like that before. Jumping ahead to the dreaded end of Chapter 6 scenes, I fucking hate this part. In terms of Mythra's story, not much really happened here. Like, she tried her best and just lost the fight, but I still want to cover this part because of how much it means to me, and probably a lot of other people out there as well. The whole time up to now, you've seen Mythra be a complete badass, both in cutscenes and, funny enough, even in gameplay. You've seen her win every single fight. You've seen her hit other blades with Siren and they just turn back to their core crystal. You pretty much think she's unstoppable, but she still lost. Seeing her lose broke me. I was left with nothing but sadness seeing Pyra and Mythra getting taken away. You tried your absolute hardest, but it just didn't matter. She still lost, and you as the player lost as well. Keep in mind, by this point, Mythra wasn't even my favorite character in my first playthrough, yet I'm explaining it exactly how I felt while watching the scene for the first time. It really shows just how well written all the characters are and how much you as the player care for them as well, for you to feel emotions like these. Anyways, Mythra losing the fight to Jin really makes that Chapter 7 scene so much more special when she finally lets go of her fear and accepts who she truly is. It was the perfect build-up. To even get to that point, though, Rex also had to make some changes to himself, as he was just as defeated. The always optimistic guy who had a smile on their face at all times trying to make everyone around them better was now sad and depressed. He needed his friends to smack some sense into him. And I mean literally.
You bloody idiot!
Now is not time for
Poppy?
The difference between Rex and Adam was Rex had friends and loved ones by his side when he was on the verge of giving up. Adam didn't. He gave up. He was alone with nobody to help him when he needed it most. Now for Chapter 7, the moment where Pyra and Mythra finally let go of their fear, and maybe even the most important scene in the entire game. You know it's important because the camera angle gets a nice zoom in on their chests. Thank you, Monolith Soft and JRPGs as a whole for doing this type of stuff in very important moments. Really appreciate it. Look, I'm all for fan service if it's done in unique and funny ways like it has been earlier on in the game, but this one was just straight up annoying. Anyways, this is when you first realize the real reason why Pyra and Mythra wanted to go to Elysium. They wanted to die. They were suicidal for the entirety of the game. Like, what the fuck? When I first heard that, I was just at a loss for words and just even more sad for them. It really goes to show how people on the outside can appear completely normal, but on the inside they could actually just be hurting and nobody knows. Like, serious life lesson here, right? Go check up on your friends and loved ones at all times. Like, you never actually know, like, what might be going on with them. Like, it's actually just super important to check in on them. Oh, with that out of the way, it was thanks to Rex's speech that really helped Pyra and Mythra realize just how important they are. Rex didn't care about how they were in Aegis or something. He genuinely loved them as people and wanted to see them succeed and be happy.
You really think I can just stand by like this and watch someone I love suffer?
You can make it to Elysium. You can make it, with or without us. So please.
What would be the point of that? Listen, I swore to you. We're going to Elysium together. That's a promise.
Rex.
I'm going to Elysium for you. I'm doing all of this for you. We'll do it together. We'll find out together. We'll find your place in this world. Find out where we're headed and see what our future holds. So believe me, I won't let the world burn a second time. So, Pyra, Mythra, join me!
Oh my god, this cutscene is just so amazing. Rex gives Pyra and Mythra the words they need to hear the most. He tells them just how loved and important they are both to himself and even you as the player. It was this sequence that changed Pyra and Mythra's outlook on life. Rex gave them the strength they needed to push forwards and fight for a better future, and one in which they would be happy in. Their suicidal intentions were no more. They finally started to trust Rex, and most importantly, themselves. They let go of that fear they've been carrying the entire game, almost like a humongous load was just taken off of their shoulders. They were finally able to focus on being themselves and form proper friendships. As for Mythra, I feel like this moment is doubly important for her. Is that a word? It is now, if anything. Mythra created Pyra because she despised herself. She gave her all the qualities she wished she had. Guess what she realized now? She doesn't need to be Pyra if that's not truly who she is. There's no point in trying to be someone you're not. Having flaws is just as important as strengths if you embrace them and form your own being, and that's exactly what Mythra learned and decided to do for herself. I could tell since by the end of the game, Pyra and Mythra still act completely differently from one another. As long as Mythra reaches a version of herself that she's happy with, that's all that really matters. She can always work towards her ideal self even more in the future anyways. I think now's a good time to showcase just some instances of how much Mythra changed from the end of Chapter 7 to the end of the game. There's not much to go off of, as most of the story by this point is life or death type of stuff in the first place, and there's really only 3 chapters you can see the brand new Mythra anyways. But with all that said, there are still a few noticeable differences. It was also around here where Mythra's character as a whole just started to click with me so much, and I was seeing her reasons on why she acted the way she did. Everything that happened before was finally starting to make sense to me. Even without playing Torna yet, on my first playthrough, she started to be my absolute favorite buy around here, and it was really thanks to Torna that just solidified it even more for me. I like her personality, and she even had some funny moments, but now everything was starting to make sense after the events of Chapter 7. One of my favorite cute/wholesome moments were the first couple of scenes in Chapter 8. She's acting entirely different and embracing her shortcomings with how bad of a sleeper she is.
I didn't say anything strange, did I? Talking in my sleep, or grinding my teeth, or snoring, or I'm such a terrible sleeper.
She's still most definitely embarrassed in this type of situation, but she's not gonna lash out anymore like she used to. Even a simple little scene like that shows just how much she changed. Of course, in Chapter 8, you also have the Mythra and Poppy talking together scene, which gave birth to this extremely happy Mythra picture. I mean, like, just look at how happy she is! Poppy's scared about destroying the world, and Mythra comforting her is just so sweet, as that's the feeling that she knows all too well herself. She opens up an entirely new side to herself to make Poppy feel better. She was super kind deep down all along, but now she's really starting to show it, which is really nice to see. Chapter 8's end also has such an amazing moment for Mythra as well. She was being restricted by Amalthus, and just the way she said how she's Rex's blade shows just how much he changed and cares about him.
Amalthus, you won't get what you want. I'm Rex's blade!
She's proud of who she is, and most definitely she would have not done anything like that before. While he almost collapsed trying to set every blade free, guess who's the first one to check and care for him?
Rex!
I'm okay.
Well, obviously, it was Mythra. Also, of course you can't forget about the dinner scene with Mythra's big smile. For the first time ever, she finally started to feel happiness, and seeing that as the player probably just makes you feel happy as well. Continuing on with the scene, because of Klaus's test, Rex was confused, angry, sad, like he was experiencing a whole bunch of different emotions, and he even started to cry. You want to take a guess who went over there to comfort him? I'll just let this one play out for you guys. Once again, it was Mythra. You would expect it to be Pyra, but it wasn't. Now, obviously, Pyra also cares for Rex very deeply as well, but she can have other ways to express it to him. Maybe straight up comforting someone during sadness is not what she sees as a good idea. Maybe she wants to wait a little bit and then comfort them. Just like Mythra, she can form her own being and be her own person now. There's nothing stopping her anymore. I'm just throwing out random stuff out here, though. The Pyra analysis stuff is sadly not my field of expertise, but it's not the only time where this same type of scenario happened. It happened earlier in Chapter 6 as well with Hayes' funeral.
Shouldn't you be with him?
He's a boy. Best not to bother them at times like this.
I expected you to be more clingy. You really are different from her.
Actually, letting him be was more her idea than mine.
Really? Pyra's? Get out.
Now, of course, this was pre-Chapter 7 Mythra, but it still goes to show just how nice she really is. Mythra can get very clingy to the people she cares about. Now it's finally time for the ending of this game. This game's fucking ending killed me. I've never cried to a video game or piece of media in my life before playing Xenoblade 2 and Torna, and these games just mentally destroyed me. The characters, the environment, the story, game as a whole. It's just so special to me and always will be. After defeating Malus and the Conduit disappearing, you learn that Elysium's gonna collapse on top of Alrest, with the only one being able to stop it being Numa by using the last of Ion's power. By doing this of course means she'll end up saving everyone, but sacrificing herself in the process. This game just plays with your emotions like no tomorrow. It's fucking evil. Takahashi is a one evil motherfucker. You saw Pyra and Mythra go through hell and back, and right when they started to finally feel happiness, they have to die. As the player, this just makes you feel like you failed. You promised Pyra at the start of the game you would take her to Elysium. Now she's there, and she's gonna die.
Rex, I'm so glad to have met you. Our time together was short, a fraction of my long long years. But it's been warmer and brighter than any time I can remember before. You shone a light on my melancholy path. You showed me the way.
I'm pretty sure she had no idea she would end up reawakening again, otherwise why make a big deal out of this to Rex? She could have easily just said, take my core crystal, eventually it'll glow again, and I'll return. So yes, I'm led on to believe she had no idea she would come back. I think the decision for them to reawaken just makes the most sense, as at least you give the player a good ending, make them feel good. But outside of just general story writing and like, good endings, Pyra and Mythra's whole story was about them wanting to die. Normally, people wish for immortality. Pyra and Mythra had that, and they still wanted to die. They were afraid to live, not afraid to die. It's the opposite of what people usually wish for, so that's at least my take on why it makes sense for them to come back. Along with just good storytelling and smart marketing decisions, thank you Takahashi for making them come back. This is also a pretty popular topic relating to the end of the game, if Pyra and Mythra kept their memories after reawakening or not, and I think they 100% did. When they reawaken, Poppy runs right over to them and gives them a giant hug. Pyra and Mythra seem to know exactly who Poppy was and even ended up embracing her. If they forgot their memories, they would have been more confused, like, why is this random robot hugging me? Like, who are you? But that just wasn't the case. Last but not least, though, we have the credits. It was right when One Last You started playing and showing some of the memories you had on your journey while playing the game that just made me lose it. The song alone is enough to make me cry, and it most definitely still does to this day. Like, I even cried while writing the script of this video and listening to the song just right then and there. It's a really good song, and Jen Bird, who's the vocalist of One Last You, A Moment of Eternity, and Drifting Soul, just did such an amazing job. But seeing the cutscenes on top of the song playing is just another level of sadness, knowing Pyra and Mythra are no longer alive. You're seeing firsthand the adventures you, Mythra, Pyra, Rex, Mia, Zeke, literally everyone went on. You saw how much Pyra and Mythra improved themselves, all to sacrifice themselves in the end anyways. Some of the lyrics in the ending song, both in this game and Torna, really do just fit in super well with the overall theming of the games. Like, it literally starts off with, very end of eternity. The final day has come to an end. It's gone for good. They knew full well what they were doing here. That line alone just lines up perfectly with Pyra and Mythra's story. The frozen time began to flow. That's basically how Pyra and Mythra felt for at least 90% of their life. At last the longest night has gone and brought in light. That's how Pyra and Mythra feel after Chapter 7 and trusting themselves. Things are finally looking up for them, like hence the light part. Your silhouette has gone to the other side of the mist. Yeah, I sure wonder what scene this one's referring to. But all in all, my absolute favorite line is, if it would put a little smile on your face. And Pyra and Mythra reawaken right then and there. Like, what great timing, and like, just the joy you feel seeing that happen is just fucking insane. Like, there's just no words that can even describe it. I was crying before this point on my first playthrough in the credits, and then, like, my fucking face was just a fucking river by this point. Like, holy shit, I can literally remember it, like, still. I really do wish to see more of Pyra and Mythra in future games, spin-offs, DLCs, just, like, literally anything. I think it'd be interesting just to see how they live separately now in different bodies, and how exactly their personalities changed and developed, as we really never got to see the full them. I think we'll end up getting something someday with how popular and loved they are, so I'm pretty hopeful that my wish is going to come true at some point. As of now, for Mythra at least, I would like to imagine she still has a very unique personality with her sassiness, confidence, sarcasm, and still isn't afraid to speak her mind at all, but at the same time has just developed a more nicer and polite side as well. She knows when to take things serious and when she can mess around. That's what I'd like to imagine her acting. Mythra's story as a whole teaches you to be yourself, not to live in fear, make mistakes, and find your place in the world and cherish those around you. All along, Mythra needed both Adam and Rex to be the woman she ended up being, They were both always there for her, but what she needed most was someone like Rex. She needed to be treated like a human and not the Aegis, a weapon purely for destruction like how everyone else treated her. It was thanks to Rex that she finally learned to trust herself and to accept who she is, and that's what being human's all about. Adam wanted that for her since the very start, and now she finally reached it.
You meant you're unpolished. After you return to your core, you lose your memories. However, as you gain experience with people, gradually the nature of a blade, rather their feelings, they change and grow. You become more and more human.
Alright, with all that serious stuff out of the way with their story, now it's for, like, the classic LBRZ silly type of stuff, right? So, let's just throw this out of the way. I fucking love Mythra. I mean, just look at me here. I look like I'm on fucking crack. That Mythra crack, if you know what I mean. What about here in these two pictures, right? I'm clearly having a great time over here, wouldn't you agree? Let's not forget about these three next pictures either. They actually work perfectly together in a little slideshow, so I'm gonna let it play out for you guys. I definitely went a little overboard with these, photography masterpieces, and I have more of them, but I kind of want to show some actual reasons as to why I like Mythra. As of course you heard from before, her story is like a really big reason as to why I like her so much, and it's just really like just a big inspiration to me. Like, if I didn't explain her story in this video though, this video just wouldn't have been the same. That whole previous section serves to like what Mythra's story means to me and why I like it so much, and there's really nothing else to add on to that reason, really. Like just her story alone, peak, 10 out of 10, amazing. Another reason why I like her so much is, without a doubt, her design. When you first see someone or something, how they look is always gonna leave an impression on you no matter what. And it's the first thing you're gonna notice before anything else, really. And like, the same applies to characters as well. Like, would you really like something if you hated how it looked? Like, let's be honest, not really. Looks attract people for initial likeness, but over time, as you learn a little bit more about them and get closer to them, the looks don't really matter anymore, and you're just gonna find beauty in whatever it is anyways. That example I just gave was meant for real life, but it 100% applies to characters as well. Mythra's beautiful as hell, and no one can deny that, and if you do, like, you're just a rage baiter, like, get out of here. She's fucking gorgeous. She is, my queen, right? My wife. I wasn't following the script for that one, that just kind of came to my head and I had to say it. Like, her looks are a nice bonus, but there's just so much more to her past them. But since we're on the topic, I might as well pinpoint what I exactly like about her looks so much. In case you're fucking blind and didn't get the joke, I like everything about her looks. Saito Gen Z term cooked with Mythra's design. I'm talking like fucking 5-star premium steakhouse, medium rare filet mignon with the side of french fries, straight delivered from Idaho in a fucking private jet type of cooked. He did fucking insane with her design. I love her long blonde hair, her eyes, her tiara, her skirt, her little arm piece, armor things, I don't really know, man. Her smile, her shoes, her scarf things. I call them butt scarves, but I don't really know what else to call them. They're attached to her skirt, but there you go. Her little leg accessory, right? It's fucking right. Her sword, her sword's insane. Can't forget about her sword. Her fashion sense and color scheme as a whole is just amazing and just screams out swag. YOLO swag. Even her fucking underwear looks sick. Now, I'm not gonna say if that last one was a joke or not, but you get the point. I just love it all. Ever since Smash Ultimate featured Mythra, her design was of course tweaked a little to fit the age rating in that game, making her a little bit less revealing, and it seems most people prefer the massive melee outfit, and you know, I totally agree with them. I mean, I of course like both of her designs, and I really don't mind or prefer which one I end up seeing, but just something about the black leggings, the black undershort, the black undershort, and covering up her chest a little bit more just hits home with me, really. The black just adds such a nice contrast to her design, and I personally feel like it just fits her better as well. Mythra's very prideful of her looks. I mean, like, just check out her little voice prompt during Korra's Blade Quest.
And so, thanks to the beautiful Mythra, the tale continued.
She knows she's the shit. She knows she's beautiful, but she just completely fumbles and gets embarrassed at, like, any remark thrown at her about her looks from others. She gets flustered all the time when it comes to any comments relating to her skin or her looks and, even one-eyed monsters.
You've got a lot of nerve, you one-eyed monster.
Nia, you do know one-eyed monster usually means...
Huh? Means what?
It's, Mythra, why are you blushing?
Shut up!
Yeah, she's a prude. If she can't handle others making comments on her looks and stuff of that nature without feeling embarrassed, it's probably not the best idea to dress so revealing in the first place, and she even figured this out at the end of Xenoblade 2 after she got a little bit more mature. Her more chill outfit in the family photo with Rex definitely tells you she learned even more about herself, which is just amazing to see, really. I mean, again, I'm 100% overlooking this outfit thing or whatever, but, like, to me, I just feel like her massive melee outfit for combat just makes more sense, and there's even reasoning to go behind it. It just fits who she is better. Alright, so for this next reason as to why I like Mythra so much, it's a bit of a stretch, but just Pyra. Pyra is amazing. Mythra just wouldn't be the same without her. Pyra and Mythra being sisters but acting almost completely differently from one another is just super unique and it makes both of them stand out even more. Like I said before, where Pyra is typically associated with being friendly, caring, and calm, Mythra is associated with being confident, independent, and blunt. Them being opposites personality-wise is just perfect. Even their designs are opposite to each other. While Mythra has more sharper-looking eyes, Pyra's are more softer and more gentle-looking. Mythra's render pose shows confidence, and Pyra's shows politeness. Even their main colors are opposite. Like, white is typically associated with perfection, innocence, and elegance. Mythra's very far from elegant, that's for sure.
Pervert!
Pyra's red color is associated with aggression, forcefulness, and competitiveness. And as we know, those traits don't match who they are at all. Pyra and Mythra just have such a unique dynamic between each other, and I just love it so much. I genuinely like Pyra as well, but to me, Mythra just stands out much more. But depending on who you ask, someone else might say they like Pyra more, and that's the beauty of these two characters. Without the both of them, their growth and journey as a whole just simply wouldn't be the same, and as impactful either. Alright, so this next reason is very small, but I really do like Mythra's voice. Sky Bennett did such an amazing job capturing Pyra and Mythra and Numa's voices, like, oh my god. She managed to differentiate each of them to sound unique, along with having their voices match their personalities perfectly. Like, if I was only given audio without any visuals whatsoever, I can 100% guarantee I can pinpoint which character the voice belongs to. I don't really need to list any exact examples for Mythra's voice, but every time she had to say some sarcastic remark, perfect. Every time there is some form of intense emotion going on, like anger, happiness, sadness, embarrassment, and so on, perfect. I'm sure you get the point by now, I just love Mythra's voice so much. Her overall tone and demeanor was captured and planned out perfectly by Sky and the scriptwriters since the very start. It's so cool to have just such an amazing community, both with fans and people like that work on the games. Like, all the voice actors from what I've seen so far, they seem like just such fun and, like, genuine and kind people to be around, on top of their amazing performances. They all just deserve the props for going above and beyond, and it really does just make you proud to be a Xenoblade fan. Like, I just wanted to give a big thank you to all the voice actors, as they really do deserve it. I just love that my favorite character is backed up by such an amazing voice actress. Like, it just makes it that much more special to me. Sky really does seem like just such a super kind and fun person to be around, based on, like, everything I've seen from her. Now, for the most important reason for why I like Mythra so much, save the best for last. Yeah, no shit, it's her personality, just like, mwah. I already covered some of her personality traits from before, but for shits and giggles, let's just do it again and add some more, because, like, why not? The video's already long enough. Who really cares by this point? She's confident, prideful, cocky, has a big ego. I wonder who else has one of those. Competitive, impatient, stubborn, has a short temper, blunt, honest, direct, sassy, sarcastic, can be silly at times and jokes around with others, dependable, and most importantly, caring, but just not the best at showing it. I know she most definitely has more personality traits to her than just those that I listed, and you for sure can come up with more of them, but I'm sadly not a personality expert with the entire fucking English dictionary memorized in the back of my head, so I can't do that. Everything I listed is what came to my head, so I just wrote it down and I said it out loud for you guys, so there you go. All of her personality traits to me are just amazing and perfect. It leads to a very interesting character or person with a lot going on with them. What matters most, though, is being likable, respectful, happy, and loving who you are, which Mythra most definitely learned to do by the end of the game, and even if she's not quite there yet, that's why you can always learn more in the future. Some people, like myself, might like Mythra's personality traits I just listed, and some people might not. That's why we're all different, after all. Another reason why Mythra just clicked with me instantly and I felt immediate attachment to her was because I feel like most of those personality traits I just listed kind of describe me as well, and I'll take that as a positive, to be honest. I'm sure those of you that somewhat know me can probably agree with me on that end for sure, based off of what you've seen from me from my live streaming videos, and even if not, and you can't see that I'm similar to her, I of course know myself the best, and I can for sure see the similarities. I think seeing a character you can personally relate to just makes them that much more special to you, and that's exactly what Mythra is to me. It's just another reason why I love her so much, on top of literally everything else I mentioned before. Just for fun, take a look at his heart-to-heart and more with it.
I read over my journal again. We used to fight each other quite a lot during training, didn't we? And it looks like I usually came off worse.
Don't take it too hard. You really gave it all you had, but I guess I've just got certain attributes.
Well, according to my journal, it looks like there was one time where I got the better of you.
Huh?
I really need to know how it happened, how I managed to beat you.
That's bull.
You're saying my journal is mistaken?
I meant, that fight didn't count.
Didn't count? Explain.
That fight was right after I'd gone up against Hayes. You begged me to take you on. So that's why it doesn't count.
I see. You just don't want to acknowledge your defeat.
I told you, you didn't beat me.
Mythra's response is totally something I would say myself, and I would just pretend like I never lost. Hence the big ego part. You can clearly see she's competitive and hates losing, and I'm exactly like that as well. Like, even if it's just for fun, I always feel like I have to win, and I really don't like that part about me. I really wish that mentality would just go away, to be honest. Here's another instance of her hating to lose and having a big ego.
Photon Ed! Adam, you dumbass! Pay attention!
The best part is she's also to blame for the loss, and maybe it wasn't even Adam's fault in the slightest. I think that voice line is hilarious, and second off, I would for sure do the same thing as Mythra and just make excuses, or you guys know this term better as Johns, for myself, even though I'm the one at fault. And Mythra's impatient. We all know this based off of the way she speaks and acts. Her idle animations are perfect to showcase this, like her squatting and kicking her legs, like she's just not able to stand still, and it's just so relatable to me. Whenever I have to stand still, I'm in complete shambles, just like Mythra. Like, I'm just as impatient. Her voice prompt in Torna whenever fast traveling is just a cherry on top of it all.
Are we there yet?
Speaking of being idle, I mean, yeah, like, just take a look at her normal standing pose. Now tell me that doesn't show that she thinks she's the shit. Because guess what? She most definitely fucking is. I love the confidence. It's the hand on the hip that really sells it, and the best part is, she does it fucking twice! She does the double hip flip! That's what I'm calling this clip. That's the best name I have for it. She just has crazy confidence, like, yas, girl, slay queen, for real, for real. I'm done with this shit. Point is, she has the confidence. Sarcasm, an emotion people either love or hate. I, of course, love it, and I'm quite sarcastic myself, as you all know. Anyways, Mythra has tons of instances of being sarcastic, like in Torna whenever she first arrives in Aletta.
Certainly fit for a prince.
It could stand to be bigger. And, you know, not in the middle of nowhere.
Are you completely incapable of saying something without sarcasm?
Sorry, it's just how I am. I don't really think I can help it.
Here's another instance in Chapter 5.
It's so grand. Sure, because they're trying too hard. You don't have to be like that.
And just for fun, here's a heart-to-heart with Zenobia, and in case you never got up to it, I can just give you the quick Spark Note summary, if you would. Basically, Zenobia wants to be the strongest blade and challenge Mythra, and the rest, you can just see for yourself.
At the very least, your strength is being recognized, Mythra.
Yeah, that does feel pretty good. If you keep at your dream, I'm sure one day you'll get to be the strongest.
All that Zenobia really did by this point was feed into Mythra's already big ego and just acknowledging her strength, and the response Mythra gave just did not feel genuine at all. To me, it had a sarcastic tone, but it just could have been another instance of the voice direction just not being the best, but like, who really knows, to be honest? But either way, I'd like to imagine like Mythra just being sarcastic as fuck in this scene. Like, she's just looking at Zenobia like, you think you have a chance at me? That's funny, that's cute. Another trait me and her both share, and I love, is just being blunt and getting to the point with no fluff involved. I just love how she speaks her mind no matter the circumstance, and to me, like, I just love that. I don't want any fluff or bullshit to go along with it. I like, just tell me what you're thinking. Especially as a person who hates the question, how was your day? Which I'm sure you guys already know. Like, just get to the point already. Tell me what you want to tell me. If I wanted to tell you how my day was, I would just tell you anyways. I don't need that conversation starter. This isn't exactly canon, but like, I can for sure see Mythra doing something like this. I remember a little while ago, I was refreshing my YouTube subscription feed, and I found the GOAT Baselord channel post, right? I saw his channel post, and I was like, that's pretty fucking accurate, so I was like, I'm including it in this video, and that's exactly what I did. She just says one word, morning. Perfect, that's all I need to hear. I love that. For me personally, I just like when things are direct and easy to understand, and Mythra most definitely makes things direct, that's for sure. Just like I said earlier, she knows how to joke around. This is probably one of my favorite heart-to-hearts in the entire game, where Mythra and Nia just tease the absolute shit out of Zeke for liking spicy foods and just crushing his admiration for Adam, and I just found it hilarious.
So what if they did exaggerate? You know, maybe Adam had a bite when Mythra wasn't looking and thought, this is jolly tasty.
No need to get so worked up, Charlotte.
Who's worked up? It's nothing to me. I'm just saying, don't go around calling ancient recipes a lie for no reason.
Okay. I see what's going on here. I have a sneaking suspicion that this might be Zeke's favorite food.
What?
Oh, is it your favorite because you believe there's steak about Adam?
Busted.
I'm not going to let the words of one blade take that away.
Sure. But that still doesn't change the fact that Adam didn't like spicy food. He'd never eat this stuff of his own volition.
You're shattering my image of him, my precious childhood innocence. I don't believe anyone or anything anymore.
Cheer up. I'll buy you an ember cake.
I know I mentioned this one hundreds of times already, but fuck it, here's the 101st time. Mythra's really nice and caring, but in her own little unique way. I already gave and shown many major like story cutscenes and like plot points earlier on as to like why she's caring, so here's a smaller heart-to-heart just to add more on top of it.
It's just my brother.
Emperor Nile. Is he okay?
I'm concerned he'll wear himself out.
Have you two spoken recently?
Well, as Special Inquisitor, I send him reports almost daily.
No, I mean, just talk. Like siblings do. Chat about family stuff. Things like that. You can talk about anything, so long as it's not work. You should just go drop in.
The Emperor is a very busy person. Engaging in idle chit-chat with me, that would be a waste of his time. Our stations differ greatly, as do our ways of life. We couldn't possibly expect to talk like normal siblings.
Oh, give me a break. You think your stations trump your relationship as brother and sister?
Mythra, when did you...
I couldn't listen to you anymore. You're family, aren't you? You and Emperor Nile? Emperor or not, he's your brother, first and foremost. What more is there to think about?
Even so, it has been a long time since we've acted as siblings.
You being worried about your brother makes you family enough. Your stations don't come into it. Just woman up and be a good sister already.
Maybe you're right.
Of course I'm right, obviously. Just enjoy some time with your little bro and spoil him rotten. That's it.
Very well. Then I will strive to be the sister Niall deserves.
You better be ready the next time you two meet.
I will. I promise.
Finally, you've made some progress. You and Rex both get so stuck in your heads. It's infuriating.
Thanks for the pep talk, Mythra.
You're very welcome.
I really like this one, as it shows that being honest and speaking your mind can be just as, if not more effective than being laid back and not wanting to be so pushy. Pyra wasn't able to get through to Morag about it being okay to check in on Niall, but Mythra was. And just to add a little cherry on top of it, in Mythra classic fashion, she was also confident and proud of herself as well.
Of course I'm right, obviously.
Everything I mentioned with all these example cutscenes and heart-to-hearts and whatever and her personality traits are just some of the ways I can see myself being similar to Mythra. Alright, this is the last thing I wanted to mention about Mythra's personality, and I really didn't know where else to put it, so I'm just gonna mention it now. I don't really know if there's a word for this, and there might not even be a word to be honest though, but something I find really funny whenever she's acting all confident and proud in herself, and then someone tells her off. The reactions and the faces she gives off are just so funny.
A blade siding with humans. You don't see that every day.
I think it's blades like you that are rare.
Well, duh. You do know what I am, right?
Lacking in compassion.
Huh?
Blades like you really are a rare sight. That may be for the best.
She just thinks she's innocent and proud of herself, and then someone just backtalks her. All I'm saying is her reactions are just very cute. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's very easy to bait her into making a fool of herself and just losing her temper, and that's what also makes her so likable for me. When you first meet her, she's a complete badass, but has a major attitude. You almost think she's far and above you, but then the very next time you see her is the sleepwalking scene where she messes up and gets embarrassed. I know the sleepwalking scene is just a funny fan service type of thing though, but like, it's just so well done, and that's the type of fan service that's good. It's done in an interesting and meaningful way. The fact that the scene plays for the second time you ever see her shows that she's human just like everyone else and shouldn't be placed on a pedestal and deserves special treatment. It makes her that much more likable. Once again, I have another fan service-y type of scene I want to talk about, but like, let me have some fun with this.
Rex, you're a guy. Don't tell me you haven't noticed that Mythra is lacking a little something.
What? Answer carefully, Rex.
Huh?
I just found it pretty wholesome and cute that the reason why she got mad was because she wanted Rex to notice and pay more attention to her. It's very clear how much she likes Rex, but just has absolutely no idea how to express herself. I found this moment in More Ordain after the hot spring scene to once again just have a priceless Mythra reaction.
It might be best if you get used to using her in different situations.
I mean, I don't mind at all. I'd like to learn more about you, too.
What's that supposed to mean? I don't see how I'm any different from her, really.
Really? You can certainly be more touchy sometimes.
Well, that's just who I am. What do you expect me to do?
You see what I mean?
I just found it funny the way she says and how she doesn't know how she's any different to Pyra, and then whenever she gets uncomfortable, she just ends it off with, "It's just who I am." The last little scene of Mythra I want to overanalyze is the first scene in Chapter 8 where she's sleeping on Rex's lap. She's obviously worried and uncomfortable with her sleeping habits, but in the end, it's only her that's uncomfortable. Nobody else cares. Rex didn't mind at all. Others bring Mythra out of her comfort zone all the time, and it's by being out of your comfort zone and experiencing new things that really help you learn and grow as a person, and I respect that part about Mythra so much. You get to learn more things about the world and yourself, and Mythra really does teach a valuable lesson that applies to real life.
You were staring.
Huh?
Pervert!
Poppy, are you okay? No damage?
Poppy is just fine, but what about you, Master Pawn?
Aw, look at you two. Best buddies.
Are you thick? I'm here for the Aegis, obviously.
Eyes front, Thunderdweeb. Go stare at Pandoria instead.
Well, can you fix it?
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to stop staring at me, or what?
I wasn't looking, honest. You just keep entering my field of vision, is all.
I don't need looking after.
Mythra, you may find that a little tranquility can go a long way.
How dare you! I'm the very picture of calm! Why does this stuff keep happening to me? Just gonna randomly look over here.
Hey, Mythra, you look super cute when you're fighting.
Obviously. You're really cute too.
Oh, Aegis, I would not have conceived you thus.
Not what you expected? I'm cute as hell, so who cares? Ah! You! How did you... What? What are you doing in my bed?
Wait!
Ah! Get out! Interloper! Monster!
Wait a minute, would you? Now!
And so, thanks to the beautiful Mythra, the tale continued. Gah! This is the pits!
Your fighting style is very free-form, isn't it, Mythra?
Excuse you. I fight only after careful calculation.
Cloud sea crab sticks are tasty, aren't they? You're very welcome. Although I don't think I'd have managed to eat 6 myself.
What? You counted?
I don't know where you put all that.
I'm the Aegis. I need all the fuel I can get. Hey!
You are too easy to sneak up on. Where are my extra rations?
Oof. You little...
The Aegis, bested by a little kid.
Milton! Get back here!
That was an excellent battle. I should record this in my journal.
Indeed. I'm sure there will be profound insights to be found in the telling.
For sure. Just make sure to note how great I did, okay? Thanks.
When did it get so late?
Don't worry. I'll protect you from the scary dark. No, I won't be anyone's anything.
You really do have a lot of trouble keeping your power in check, don't you, Mythra?
It's not my fault my enemies fall over when I so much as look at them funny. But carbon's good for you. It tastes better than it looks. Probably. Thanks for the rescue, Hayes. You're nice.
Oh, thanks from Mythra? Well, there's something you don't hear every day.
Wow. I take that back. Hayes is the master of low-key shade. The power of light can do more than just beat enemies senseless.
It looks like I'm on dinner duty tonight. Does anyone have any requests?
Ooh, do something meaty.
Understood. Steamed vegetables it is.
Oh, wow. Rude.
It looks like I'm on dinner duty tonight. Does any...
Oh, desserts! I demand it.
I too would appreciate something sweet.
That's not dinner. Try again.
Like coffee with milk?
What kind of a... With me here, it was obvious we were gonna win.
Presumptuous, aren't you?
What was that now?
So wait, You're saying you want to go be clingy, or what?
I'll burn you.
I kid. Sheesh. Nice bod you've got there.
Thanks.
Mythra, why are you blushing?
Shut up! Yeah, Mythra's MVP again.
I beg to differ, because to me, it seemed like they had you surrounded.
Huh? No way! I wiped the floor with them before you could even blink.
Your sword fighting is so boorish, Mythra. You remind me of a rabid Gogol, the way you swing that sword around.
Oh, you're gonna say that to me? You with your swords that stretch out like Ardanian dog leashes? Actually, I just imagine you walking around with 2 dogs. And I gotta say, it might be kind of a good look for you.
I think you'll agree the victory was undoubtedly mine this time, Mythra.
I just wasn't really feeling it. So I thought, hey, I'll throw you a bone.
You two are such good friends. I must admit I'm a little envious.
What would you do without me?
Well, there goes all my reasons as to why I like Mythra so much, and I really do hope you guys enjoyed listening to this video and watching and just letting me tell you all about her. I'm so proud of this video, and I really did put my heart into it. Like, I had such an amazing time making this video from start to finish, and it's by far my most meaningful video and most likely always will be. I'll for sure miss having this video to look forward to creating, but like, at the same time, at least it's finally out there, and I'll always have the option to look back at it. I'm just super glad that I finally managed to get all my thoughts together I've been collecting for 4.5 years and just put it all in a presentable video. I usually always have a playthrough of either the base game or tournament going on where I'll just like play it like 1 to 3 times a week for an hour or 2 or so, and I still to this day have such a great time replaying the games. Like, I could be having the worst day ever and just booting up the game will cheer me right up. All the characters, good and bad, doesn't matter, are some of my favorite characters in media, and they're just so well written and just unique. You know how Rex helped out Pyra and Mythra through the worst time in their lives? Well, this game and Mythra did the exact same for me, and that's why I'll always cherish this game forever. Like, I seriously don't have any idea where I would be without playing this game. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and I really do hope you guys see why I like Mythra so much.